So as Albert rubs his temples for the third time in the space of half an hour, I'll say again, burning the village down will bring the fire department. And you know what happens when the fire department comes and finds all the worm things there? We have a veil breach. A veil breach. And you know what's against the litany? A veil breach. A veil breach.
But right, it's the most efficient way to get rid of them all.
I understand that it's the most efficient way to get rid of them all, but it's also not, I'll say it with me, Sean, practical. Practicality. That's a word. We like that word. Don't we?
The rest of them could be hiding anywhere in the village. Has to be more than just that thing.
Maybe. That's why we will look out for Annie. Scout Annie. Because you know why, Sean?
Why?
Because it's practical. Practicality.
Moreover, this place is old enough that there's probably no record of it or any floor plans for any of the fucking buildings.
Well, how old did it look?
McNamara family for centuries old.
Hmm.
The manor was apparently the patriarch himself's manor, and the town was basically a castle town. Wouldn't have been surprised if it supported Golden Antler back in their heyday.
Hmm.
If you want to back me up on this.
It was certainly old. I put it around probably since the beginning of the Sept Foundation. A nod.
Which means, unless there have been some very persistent surveyor people, there's not going to be any record to go by.
Most likely not.
But he kind of runs his hands through his hair. I can, fuck me. I can think of one thing.
Robert leaned down looking at the map. What's that?
Well, if she who will not be named's record is anything to go by, which who the fuck knows, it was barrel crazy at the end. There are very few people who ever set foot in that place and aren't either dead or somewhere else. Except for 3 people. One of whom is a guy in Guru. He like braces himself because he knows Fiona can track where he's going with this.
I gotta roll bridge for Fiona.
What a great time for Maeve to come in.
That's the mood face.
Let me look. Oh god. Her difficulty would be, oh boy. Are you doing the whole deal of the day before and after for like new full and half?
Yeah.
And her diff is currently 4.
Special power not frenzy.
Actually, is she in a rune?
She's got loud.
Okay, yeah, diff 4.
That's the look you get, Sean. She clamps her hands on the table for a second, going up to 5 rage and cracking her neck. But her, like, I mean, she doesn't bare her teeth at you, but she bare, you know what I mean? Because, she's literally shoving it down. So she would bare her beast, her teeth, but not like in a threatening way. Just, you know what I mean?
And then Maeve walks in, dripping.
Unless we can find someone else who could even feasibly know that manor better, let alone that town.
It's an intriguing idea. Fiona does the head whirl, like, what? You know what I mean? That type of, she doesn't say it, but it's that type of whirl of the head. But could be easily susceptible to the. She can't even say the words properly.
And he will be surrounded by a war party. We don't let him out of our sight.
Still easily susceptible. If his family was, then it runs genealogically. He could be easily susceptible to the war party. Robert rubs his bit of a beard as he's staring at Maeve, who's just standing there like blink blink.
Yeah, she's kind of glanced over and blinked a few times, like, oh, well, that's tense. Awesome. And yeah, she's not like drenched. She's just wet enough that she's still kind of drip dropping here and there as she toddles in.
Yes. Onrai?
I had a thought, but I don't know if it works. Altitude land grading.
What's the thought?
Cleansing with fire won't work. They like the fire.
Mm-hmm.
But if the land is graded or there's deep enough tunnels for water to flow through,
There would
we
have
could
to
flood
be
it.
there would have to be in order for wells and water.
I could try to flood it.
It's not a bad idea.
It's the opposite of what they want, and it's still cleansing.
It is. It could severely weaken it too. So again, it's not, like I said, it is not a bad idea. You will need protection on the Umbra though, won't you?
I don't know how they'll want me to do it, but maybe.
Nods. It could feasibly be done.
I think either I would have to direct them and be away from all of it, or be in the middle of it. There's not usually a in between.
You could easily drown if you're in the middle of it. Couldn't you?
I guess it depends on what deals I made first.
It's not the most comforting statement, but
I also don't especially want to be washed out to sea.
no. Perhaps work it out feasibly what typically water spirits will need. But if you think you could, then it is not a bad idea. Particularly given how much rains, you could even call down rain.
I could. I think I would still want to flood just for the insides. But
Hint
yes.
not. See it done then. It's a good idea.
She bobs her head. And where are they having this meeting?
It would be in one of the back rooms of the castle grounds.
And she seems to be like,
Close to where you guys sleep.
it's just kind of like that, okay. She kind of glances over to Fiona and is like, oh, I'm just gonna make my heresy about not cleansing with firing. Toddle, toddle. Leaving some little wet drippy drops on the ground.
Assuming this works, we flush out whatever this is. We have the advantage of a more open ground to fight on.
We do.
bothers me more is that some of these marks were fresh. Someone is lurking around there. Other than that thing.
They could drown, or perhaps another part of me suggests it could be diverting us. But either way, a creature like that needs to be handled.
It does, and whatever other dread echoes in that place need to be flushed out. Wasn't this place cleansed before?
Yes, it was.
It's probably some sort of diversion. Still needs to happen.
It does. But keep that in mind.
What bothers me is all this fanfare and iconography around this Blood Queen, Red Queen, whatever guileless thing she is. These Banes and now these writings talk like it's still alive.
Maybe it is.
Maybe actually pauses by the door. Do we still not know who the Lady of Roses is?
No, I've never told no mention of the Lady of Roses. She was just starting to pace in the background. Yeah.
And the diary of Yvonne McTeague didn't shed any light either.
Yvonne McTeague. Eyebrow raise.
The heretical papers we burned. They were the remnants of a diary kept by Yvonne McTeague, or the thing that once was Yvonne McTeague.
Theodogo McNamara, Sean.
What?
Her name's McNamara. Siobhan McNamara.
Where the fuck did I pick up? Doesn't matter.
I would be very careful saying it outside.
I'm not saying it outside. I'm saying it in here with you.
Well, good, because you would have got your fucking head bent by Rory.
Well, it's a good thing you're around then.
Not inviting heresy into the mission. He's pacing.
Suddenly Maeve is back inside. She's got a tea tray.
He was cleared by the Philodoxus. What more do you want? A fucking Inquisition!
Yes, because he's susceptible to it. And I was like, slams his fist down on the table. Just enough.
Please shut up.
You two. Mate, Fiona to that corner, Sean to the other one. Go on.
Blink, blink.
He goes like a fucking... They both go like
Strawby
children.
teenagers.
He just sits there sulking.
Like the stroppy teens they are.
Maeve just, as the two of them split to opposite directions, is like, oh, comes over to the table with the tea.
Rubs his temple again. The 4 times.
She pours the nice man some tea.
Thank you, Maeve.
A little head bobber. Then she'll pour herself a cup. Kind of glancing to the other side, like, well.
The sulkiest arm fold from Fiona's.
Hey, do you know if there's anyone left besides people that were part of that family that might have worked there, lived there, known people who were there?
I could not tell you.
I guess
You're better off asking people on Sept, Maeve. Just don't ask the MacTiges. They will get their noses in, and then we will have a full scale. Looks at Fiona, doesn't say anything.
Mm-mm.
Questioning the McNamaras is not a bad idea, but it will have to be done delicately. And not by either of you two. glaring at Sean and Fiona.
They both turn from each other to be indignant at him.
Mm-hmm. And Fiona's like, Brian! No holds up his
Hey,
hand. Either of you two.
I could ask.
Nods. You are more approachable. And they would not immediately think you have an agenda.
He and his
Looks-
pack helped me.
Looks at both you two, Sean and fucking Fiona.
of course we have an agenda.
Is the agenda to help cleanse the place without pointing fingers that could help?
The agenda is to fight the worm, Maeve.
He's
Yes,
not
I do.
wormish or he wouldn't be on the sept.
That's why I'm asking for his help to fight the worm.
Are you asking it like you're talking now because it's very aggressive?
Fiona's like, we are making sure that the worm taint does not spread and nobody's susceptible. Like, ranting under her breath, like, oh.
She
you
glances
really-
over. I saw all kinds of things while we were there. Does that mean I'm susceptible?
Your family was not influenced by that, corrupted by that. There is a chance. I
Neither
do
was
not-
he.
Do you know that for a fact?
If he was corrupted, he wouldn't be in that pack. And he wouldn't be on the sept.
But I'm
He
not
would have
saying
been-
he's. I am not saying he's corrupted now, but I am saying that he has that weakness in his gene to be
Was it-
susceptible to that corruption.
Wasn't he alive when all of that happened?
Yes.
So if he was going to be corrupted, it wouldn't it have been there and then with the rest of his family?
There are many different forms of corruption. Just because it does not happen immediate doesn't mean it cannot happen. Albert just rubs his temples like just looking at Maeve like, why are you engaging the gleaming eye?
Yeah, she's
Why?
realizing that this is something that has way more to do with passion than logic. And so she just kind of nods like, okay.
The worst part, Maeve, and this might be your signal that you need to go do what Albert said while they're distracted. Sean just looks at, wait, what do you mean? He looks interested now.
Maeve
Who?
takes her teacup and starts
To Fiona,
sliding
Oh,
when
out.
she's talking about,
Rubs his face like, oh no.
Yes, engage her. I will escape.
To lean forward. Taint resides in different things, and the ability to be tainted often resides in the individual. Just because they can resist this time doesn't mean they will resist every time. That is what the worm does. It wears you down over time.
I mean, you said there were different types. What about, what do you mean?
Means just because you're able to resist momentarily does not mean you resist forever, Sean. You are always viable for corruption by the worm's clutches. Always.
Wouldn't that apply to all of us then?
Yes, but if you show similar weakness, and your family shows another similar weakness, your resolve is crumbling.
Hmm.
There are factors, Sean. Factors.
Well, we didn't all get to go to school to learn these factors.
It's called logic. The worm preys on weak minds. His entire family is dead. What would that prey on?
There's 3 of them. It's not the whole family.
Go say that to him then, Sean.
Why the fuck would I do that?
Then why the fuck would you say it?
Because it's you and me here and not out there. In here is for learning. Out there is for not.
What then? If you lose all your family, Sean, every last one of them, or your entire pack, and some guy goes, "Hey, why don't you go to the workplace and kill all your family?
I
Let's
would
do that. For the god of the sun."
I wouldn't have a choice, Fiona. It's for the good of the sept.
Oh, it's for the good of the set. Well, don't buy this worm teeth. That's going to totally corrupt you.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're there for, Fiona.
Albert just stares at Fiona like, I can't believe you actually. You know what I mean? Like, she just, you know what I mean? Just like, yeah, he just sits back down in the chair, just honestly intrigued by the whole thing. Like, wow, this is going places. She like takes a sip of this tea, like, oh, Nice tea.
Group accountability. You can't have a private tutor teach you group accountability.
Oh, group accountability. Don't buy the corruption. Don't take into account that. Whoa, I'm a fiat. As we cut to Maeve. Just screaming. So where you go, Maeve?
Toddle, toddle, toddle.
Waddle, waddle,
Except for
waddle.
Daniel.
Are you looking for Bay?
Yeah, she's just drip dropping along with her little cup of tea because it was cold. She's been in the River Lake all day.
You'll see Daniel. They sitting down near where these three are talking. You can see there's a bit of tension between the Auburny red-haired guy and Daniel, but this English guy's talking about a few things. But it's nothing like market tension or anything. It's more like a rivalry. I want to say, like I'm better than you.
Okay, so a good rivalry.
They're showing off, and this guy's trying to outshow off Daniel, and Daniel's not phased about it, and he's getting mad because Daniel's not phased about it. It's like, but I'm better.
What are they being competitive about?
It's a throwing contest.
That's beautiful.
He's like, see, I hit the target before you did, and Daniel went, good job, Fiat.
No, there's a clear advantage in that one, Bob. It can't be a hair flick
He's
context.
like, it was a good job. I got the right in the target. Yes, you did. Yes, I did. And he's like, I don't know why you're being so aggressive. Shut the fuck up. I'm just saying, I'm good. I'm fine. I don't know why I'm getting mad, but you just
Maybe like wanders up and like glances over. That's a really good shot.
turns. Oh, well, thank you.
The smile.
Daniel smirk.
The worst part is she's earnest. They're like, oh hey, that actually was a really good shot. Yay!
Daniel just go, Lady Maeve, what can I do for you? And they're like, Lady Maeve? Like, take a turn. Like, what the fuck? Hey, who are you? You know, the auburn hair guy will point.
Oh. She like takes a second, decides she's just gonna stay standing because she is not putting down this cup of tea. She will lose her tea. Maeve McFionn, known as Strikes the Heart.
Oh, you're Maeve McFionn. Huh? Oh, you're, huh? Okay. I am Fiach McCarthy, known to the nation as Fireclatcher, Cleath Ragabash.
Play it there.
Well, holy shit, I'm the same rank as McFionn. Yeah. Fucking knew it.
I'm not gonna lie, she smiles because Jesus, that competitive streak, fucking awe-inspiring.
He's fiery. Yeah, he's all fiery. You know what I mean? Looks like he's like a little angry ball of flame. Like,
On the bright side, she seems to find it completely charming, so it works out.
well then, Maeve, you can be judged because we're, points at the knife throwing thing that they've been throwing at the wall. We were trying to do that, but Danny here doesn't know how to play, so we decided to do something much better. We've been aiming with holds up a paintball gun.
It just holds up a paintball gun.
Mm-hmm.
What are they aiming at? Can she even see the markings?
There's like bottles at the far end.
Oh god. She kind of eyeballs it for a second. Kind of goes over. And
Fiach is a terrifyingly good shot. I'll put it like that. Cool.
you put it this
Pinpoint
way.
accurate every single time.
Wow. Yeah, the most she'll do is potentially move some of the bottles to harder to hit places or further back up on the wall.
I'll say this. Danny gets a good one or two. Daniel gets a... Yeah, his name is Danny. Danny and Daniel. Daniel gets a good shot. Danny gets one or two. This guy hits the mark. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh,
Keep-
I'm trying to find everybody.
The one is in the Wild Boards, one is in Tuznoka, one is Insurrecti Amalia.
I think that is what I need to find. Wow, it really is Danny Daniel.
Fiach. Fiach. That's how his name is said. Fiach.
Oh, Lord.
Fiach. Fiach. Fiach.
Yeah, she watches it. I mean, she'll call it like it is.
He's like, turns to Daniel. Ha! And Daniel's like, no, you're a good shot, Fiak. I'm really proud. You've made a lot of progress.
He like glances back to Maeve, and she's just like, "Oh, Beam."
It's like, yeah, I have made a lot of progress. I've been working hard. He's like, you have. Daniel's trying not to laugh. Yeah, well, it's great, Daniel. See, I beat you, the Mach Nessa. Punches his shoulder. Daniel takes the rock back. You did. You bet me, the Mach Nessa. I'm a Gallard. I'll howl about it. Good! Yeah.
She finally, what as they were resolved in winners versus losers, etc., she'll eventually come back over to the group as opposed to standing to where she could see the shots better and sidle over to Daniel. I was wondering, is your Violet Ox busy?
You want to talk to Christopher?
Mhm.
He's with his sister at the minute. If you want to go see them, they're down. Let me think. He closes his eyes, almost like he's communicating. Like Pac-Mate. No, he doesn't do that. Ryan. No, he's not a McTighe. They are by the stone steeples.
I hope you wouldn't
Actually,
mind.
No, they're not. They're by the Tri-Stones.
Bob of the head.
Just be respectful.
All right. I didn't want to.
Is everything all right?
Mhm.
Just give us a nod.
And with that, just big smile, wave to the other two. Totally chill. And
Yes.
just
You hear Danny going, okay, Fiog, let's try poker. Let's see how patient you are with that. I bet you'll lose. Don't worry. You'll probably lose. I am the best at poker. You English fuck.
she'll be grinning as she goes and probably stop off to return her teacup. And yeah,
At the yellow room.
head over to those stones.
Stones. Give me 1 second there. Then what?
Here's your boy.
That high pitched Fiona voice fucking killed me inside.
The stones look pretty nice. You know what I mean? I mean, there's the picture there, but you'll see the two of them by each other. Like she's leaned up against one of the stones, and he's just has his arms, folded in front of him, chatting. It's probably the first time you'll actually see him openly talking, which is just like, he can talk about things. What the fuck? And he doesn't sound like a stoic asshole all the time.
Yeah, they'll see her coming a mile away. She's not being secretive. She's toddling along.
Oh, the redhead sees you first, and she hides behind. She walks behind her brother. I will say this: you know that man you saw on the fire with those green eyes? She has the exact same eyes as he does. Picture perfect.
I mean, as soon as she sees she's spotted, even with the kinfolk kind of folding back, understandably, she still does a little wave. The confirmation of this is where I'm going to where you are. Here's a wave. I'm engaging. But yeah, toddle.
Well, you will note that though about that kinfolk, the exact same eyes.
That's not unnerving. That's fine.
But she steps behind her brother. And he'll turn. Pretty much as this the expression in the picture, you know what I mean? You know that Kanye West thing where you're smiling at your sister, they just go super serious, literally like that.
I hope I'm not too badly interrupting.
Not at all, Onrai. What is the issue?
I just wanted to ask about she'll kind of gesture over in the direction of that particular set of ruined area about the place where you grew up.
What are you gesturing at?
roughly off in the direction of the place we just explored, the fucking castle.
Oh,
and
you're
whatnot.
talking about. Well, they'll like the place where you grew up, and not Sean, Christopher will raise an eyebrow. The Golden
so.
Stag Hall. You mean?
And just to make sure, because I wasn't keeping track of all the terms very well, I'm still picking them up.
Okay.
Is that the place?
No.
Oh,
Golden Stag Hall was the McNamara stronghold. This was different. This was his personal retreat.
no, I guess not. It was a stronghold. The place we went to last night, if you've heard the reports.
I have not heard any report.
Well, someone thought they had seen people in that stronghold. If Fiona gave a name, for the love of God, do I need to roll or something to remember what the area is called?
I don't think she did give a name.
Yeah,
She said it was north of the Golden Antler.
Oh wow, that was a weird echo. Sorry. It was what?
North of the Golden Antler Hall.
It was I think it was north of the Golden Antler Hall. It was.
You see the kinfolk tug at her brother's shoulder, and she'll lean up and whisper into his ear. Ah, this is what the true catcher talked to my mother about.
Probably.
I see. And who do you come on the behalf of?
Myself, mostly.
I mean, you see him if he looks behind you, as if he's expecting, you know what? I'll give you an empathy.
Ooh. Let me scroll back up because I didn't open my sheet yet. There we go.
Keys.
All right. Empathy. Ooh.
Empathy.
Okay. Ooh. 4 successes.
He is expecting more than one of you. He is also expecting that it is not. He's expecting the MacTides. He's expecting that. You know what? He's expecting an Inquisition. And he's expecting, and the reason why his stance falls apart, like, it's splayed, but it's defensive, essentially, is that I'm standing in front of my sister. If you have any questions, they're to me. My sister stays behind me. If there are more of you, my sister stays behind me.
Yeah, she
It's essentially is I have entered protection mode in real time.
Oh, she sees that. Sees the look beyond her. Sees the shift in posture. Sees all of it. And it's funny because the brow kind of creases a little bit. Like, it's the most innocent. I mean, she understands, but seeing it happen in real time is still one of those things that just kind of makes her make the "but why" face, essentially. It's just me. I promise, it's just me.
For now. What is your business, samurai?
I was trying to figure out more about how that place was built, maybe. What the land was like, what the places were like. It is tainted. I saw it. But I thought maybe I could cleanse it with water. But that'll be a lot easier if it's downhill, if there are tunnels, if there are basements, cellars that could be flooded.
If you're talking about the hole that I think you're talking about, there will be sewer entrances to the gate that was mainly used for irrigation. It is built on a slope. I'm sure you noticed as you were going up.
Mhm.
It's to get a good lay of the land. There will be a sewer entrance that you can sneak out of, similar to the Golden Antler Hall. You can see the kinfolk. She visibly shudders. Still hiding behind her brother, though.
I'm sorry to ask. I just don't know who else to. I don't mean to make you think that I think anything badly of you. You've helped me.
My opinion of you is irrelevant, alright? I mean no disrespect in that.
She nods a little because that's Philodox speak. It's not personal. It's just plain. I was wondering, do you know if anyone else of the people who lived in that place, worked there, their families, there was anyone left who else might know the ways in and out? Because the more I know about how it's laid out, the easier it'll be for us to flood it, and then after that to go and make sure that there's nothing left.
They're all dead. Or worse. And those who did not die, or witness their families, they left soon after.
I'm sorry. And she does, like, the one or two times that the sister does, like, poke out and glance or whatever. I mean, she glances over once, but for the most part, after that, it's kind of like if you've ever dealt with an especially shy animal, you don't watch what they're doing. You kind of just let them do their shit, and you don't call a lot of attention to it. I mean, she's not stupid. She knows Maeve can see her, but if Maeve isn't directly reacting every time she moves, every time she looks, she's hopefully less threatening. She's not trying to be keen on her. She's just trying to be relaxed.
She does slowly move out beside her brother, but she mainly clings onto him very protectively.
Is there maybe anything else that I should know? Things that could be important? I didn't see all of it. I just walked through the town, walked into the hall, and things started happening. I got as far as the library, and then we had to leave. Things got worse deeper we went.
Oh, Maeve. All empathy.
Oh. That's one.
He's stoic as shit. It's her you can see. She's God knows what she saw. But she's shook when you talk about that. It's the eyes.
You can see that same haunted look that Maeve's starting to get.
Worse.
Oh yeah, Maeve's only just starting. She's only seen one thing. And I mean, glancing between them briefly, like you see the little eyes, bright blue eyes start up and then dart to the side, and then she actually kind of looks down just to look away from them and like not have the pressure of someone looking them straight in the face.
The library runs under the food stall, food area. The sewer entrance will connect downwards. Follow the stairs up.
And it lets out by the gate.
You will have to find the sewer gate. Follow the river. They
So-
came out of the sewer gate, flowed their way downstream to the Golden Manor before the rest of the army came.
So glance up.
So be warned of what comes out of the sewer gate. But that is the way in.
Thank you.
I do not need your thanks.
There's finally just a tentative little smile as seems like the children of the oak never do need my thanks, but I still give it.
Just the blank, again, coldness of it. It's almost like he keeps his sister behind him, protectively. Only you just get the vibe. Only he speaks. She doesn't know. No, you know what I mean. It's so like I mean, maybe it's just like a hard lock on. You know what I mean?
Yep, she finally, she has something. And at least she knows that she can come back later, but grilling him now kind of defeats the point, doesn't it? She doesn't want him to think of her like that. So she finally bobs her head a few times and says, "Oh, I'll let the two of you go back to having your talk. I'm sorry for interrupting." It's good to know that the river runs so close.
Yes.
And she, again, just the little head pop and kind of starts the little back up a step or two. Like, I'm not, I'm not whipping around away from you. I'm not being rude. Just kind of, backs up a step or two. And then, politely bobs her head to both of them if she pokes her head out and goes ahead and goes. Makes it as peaceful an interaction as possible.
Oh, he keeps watching the horizon, waiting. And you look back and you see her whisper into his ear, and he nods, and you notice she's taking a very deliberately long, shortcut way home. And he sits down by the stone, and you'll see him take out something and sit there waiting.
Yeah, she's concerned enough to divert back towards Daniel before she comes back to the rest of the group.
By this point, like, these two are kind of like walking off, you know what I mean? It's that type of thing. They're just sitting there, like, taking that drink of water.
Daniel,
Look over his shoulder. Yes.
I just wanted to let you know he was very good about talking to me, but I think he's worried that I was a herald for more.
What did you talk to him about? Because there's like this fur of the brow, like, we what?
There's a keep north of the Golden Antler, and I needed to know ways that I could
He just stands
get
up.
things in there.
Just starts walking.
Honestly, as much as she hates to leave it like that, by the same token, the goal
This
is
isn't look
achieved.
annoyed. It's just concern. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck. Oh, I will handle this.
There's very, supportive nod, and she lets him go. She just cuts off there. As soon as he looks like he's ready to get up and march off, she goes ahead and disengages.
I mean, he's not trying to be rude. It's like, I'm gonna,
Mm-hmm.
take this over there now, and I will be back.
So she lets him do that because that's probably the best thing she can do for him. She can't reassure him of things when they have no standing relationship. So she does that much and then finally heads back towards the planning room.
So I suggest we take Runa, myself, Paul, maybe the Theurge. Maybe an additional Theurge would not be a bad thing, but don't want too many. Your pack, obviously. We funnel our way up the bridge carefully. We can maneuver our way through the town, minimal problem. I reckon we could take a combined assault on the library. Just reading through. Fiona and Sean are still in opposite corners. If we know where our separate gate is, we could have two teams divert. Keep an open link with each other so we know where we're going. That way we can then divert in. Look over the both of them.
We know one way into the library. I saw a door on the opposite end, but I don't know how to get there.
I'll figure that out. There has to be more details on looking at down the map. Like you can see, he's following the river.
Why do you think they're all built so close to the water?
Water supply.
Oh, yeah.
Control the river, control the trade, control everything.
It would be best for us to take either door. This thing moves with speed. We won't have time to spread out if we all take the same entrance.
Nods. Sound logic. We just got to figure out a way to get to the other door.
There's a light just wrapping on the door frame as Maeve comes around it.
Yes.
I learned about another way in.
There you go. See? What are we dealing with?
There's sewers. And there's an entrance to the sewers by the gates near the river.
He looks down at the map. There it is. Got it. Thumps his face on the table. Sewer gate. Where does that lead?
He said it went under the library, I think. And then above the library was a place where food was prepared or sold.
Look over at Sean. The door.
That's where it led to. Wait a minute. So we're going to assume it's a kitchen or something, maybe a larder.
Yeah, probably a ladder.
Okay.
Under the library. Up the stairs.
A larder makes sense.
All right. That means there's a way up from the sewers to that larder. That door probably leads up to the larder, so whatever team took that way would be coming down through that door.
Nods. I think that'll be you guys.
All right.
Especially with the sewer entrance, water, clicking his fingers at Maeve.
Exactly. An entrance like that should make it very easy to run a lot of water through it.
That way myself, Runa, Fiona, Paul can storm up the main entrance here. We can meet you guys at the opposite side. That way we have both entrances covered.
There's just one thing we're not accounting for.
What's that?
The man with the white eyes.
Who has actually seen this man?
I saw him. But I think Seamus might have seen him.
Seamus.
That was back in the tunnels.
He said he saw it.
Okay. Well, if we can engage, we engage. If not, we observe and we keep quiet. If he's a signal for something, then we know something is coming.
I think only one of us looked into the Umbra, I think. That was you, right, Maeve?
bobble of the head.
How many Banes are clinging to that place?
And correct me if I'm wrong, Torna, but it's not like there were a ton all over the room. Like there was horrible
Nope.
signs that the place was tainted, but were there even any when she looked out down the hall?
Nope. Like it's. Remember, I said it was like gray, like things have been eradicated.
It was. There really weren't. I'm sure there are big ones like the thing we saw. Maybe, but it's not like it was just crawling with them. It was gray. Even in the Umbra, it was gray, and it was burned.
They did wall to wall or cleanse the place, and I imagine all the burning and aftermath. Hmm.
Maybe the
I
only
imagine-
reason.
Imagine most guiding spirits will probably stay away from it.
I imagine the only reason there are still things there is that they've either been brought in since then, or with that big one, if it's down in the stone, burning wouldn't have done it.
Nods. Exactly.
And the last thing, but the creature itself. Big, fast. We'll cover the room quickly once we storm it. Wants to die.
Cleansing might do it, or at least make it a lot weaker.
It'll take time, which means we'll need to hold.
Keep it busy.
Nods.
Are you planning to be in there while the flooding's happening?
It's hard to say. If
Flooding.
it bolts,
Yeah, that's the problem. It's fast. We need to hold the doors.
What if we flooded it out, like really flooded it out, and then came in as the water fell? Then it would be weaker already. And even if it climbed, unless it climbed very, very high.
We'll need to hold the doors. That amount of force of water plus that thing trying to get at the doors. Think about it. That breaks through. It won't be just it. It'll be the water coming through all of us as well.
and then it faces whoever's scattered.
Like I said, we'll need to hold the doors collectively. Flooding's not a bad idea. It's just, in order for it to work properly, we'll need to make sure the doors are securely closed.
From the outside?
No, from the inside. He says, I mean, it's sorry. Like, Albert's
Emily
been
pushes
doing
out a
lot.
little frown. I meant to flood the grounds too. I thought we could come in the wake of the water. But if you only want that flooded, then yes.
If we could
we'd need
concentrate it to
reinforce the
one room
doors.
for now and kill the gigantic worm threat, that would be lovely, and then flood the whole thing after. Maybe we should focus on actually killing or eradicating it before we start flooding everything in our path, and then sitting around drinking crumpets and tea.
And Sean in that idiot Arun moment. Well, you got crumpets.
No, Sean. No, I don't have fucking crumpets. I wish I had fucking crumpets. Rubbing his
I
temple.
want
Dave can see
crumpets now.
Albert has been putting up with these two all day. He is social. He's normally cheery, but even Ragabash has his fucking limits, man.
I don't mean to make it sound any more difficult. It's just flooding once is already going to be a large favor. Flooding twice is probably more than I can pay for, and I'd have to start putting the cost on other people.
He just leans down and starts thumping his head against the table.
I think it's like the little conciliatory, like the little pat on the shoulder, like, I'm sorry.
This seems so much more complicated than it should be.
Look, the worm creature's the threat we know about. The worm for herself has ordered it dead. We focus on it, kill it, and if we have to, as a team, scour the rest of the place and do things by tooth and claw, then so be it.
She finally like glances over to whatever. Like, do they have a place where they're all writing things out?
Yeah.
So she tugs a bit of the paper over and starts kind of basically writing out kind of a rough idea of what she'd figured would work, which is like, okay. And she's like looking at the map, like trying to see if there is a marker for the sewer gate.
No, there isn't. He's just drawing this thing out on the map. From what he can tell, it's not actually on a fucking map.
Okay, so she kind of glances over and is like, okay, so it doesn't have to be so hard. If we plan ahead, water won't take long to run out after it's flooded. It'll take a very big push to flood a place on a slope like that. But it'll run off quickly.
Why don't you combine something? It rains here like it's every second Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you make a controlled flood, not flood every goddamn thing, but have it rain outside. That way, outside is cleansed, but we can do that controlled method inside.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that not be a more feasible thing? Then let's just flood everything and hope to God that it's dead.
No, I don't necessarily think that will kill that thing, but if there's cleansing outside and cleansing coming up from underneath, and there's no getting away from it, and the floodwater, even if it's only in the lower levels, should run off fairly quickly. So as soon as it starts running down, people can push in, and anything that's left in there will be much weaker.
I don't know. It just seems like a great risk. If it gets out, it gets out. We need someone holding the doors.
Up and down the countryside, eating whatever family it finds first.
I don't like the idea of relying on, well, let's flood and sit and wait. It seems too careful. Flooding is a good idea, but I'm worried that things will burst through. How long has that thing been down there?
Who knows?
We saw the shadows. It's probably been making itself for a very long time. Since before that place was burned.
So maybe, like I said, there are risks. It could be too strong to just rely on just a simple flood.
She bobs the head and bows it thoughtfully. Starts just kind of scribbling idle thoughts on the page that she's got.
The sewer runs under the library, yes?
Nods.
Okay.
And there's a big hole in the library, if I remember you saying right.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it is. It even, I think, climbed back in. That's where it stays.
Flood the sewer. Bring it up. Bar the two doors opposite side. This could work.
As long as somebody's there to hold the door, and we can storm in right after.
We'll have to have both parties holding the doors. Each side.
All the better. Once the time is right, we can all come in at once.
Nods. You look at Maeve. Does that make more sense?
She's nodding thoughtfully, and it's funny because what she's doing is she's thinking and nodding and processing and kind of doodling like, you know, a door and kind of some weird little, not siege engine looking thing, but some sort of prop or something. Because initially there's the first one where she drew it and like was trying to figure out like how would you bar shut a door like this, so it took less muscle overall to hold it. Because if a person gives out and the door flies open, we've got a problem. But now she's kind of doodling something that kind of looks like it's got a base, and then up one side is reinforced, like there's planks up, and then there's a lot of little reinforcing panels of wood just to prop those up. At which point, if you could nudge that against the door, it would be easier.
Just eyebrow raises. What are you gonna make a fucking? I'm sure there'll be stuff we can find to bar the doors with. These things. These are a castle. This was built to withstand the siege. Besides, one of us will be near that kitchen area. I'm sure we can block the door with ourselves and various tables and shit. Just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Just grit our teeth and throw some muscle into it.
Just looks at Maeve and just goes throw some muscle in it. Like Albert does. Just looks at her like, oh boy.
She's just like, yep, I'm gonna just kind of idly scribble now because, man, feels bad.
If your pack does it collectively, it should not be an issue. If you time your push right and hold right, you'll be able to hold it. If it looks like the pressure is giving out, I'm sure, clicks his fingers at Maeve, if there's any damage or anything, you as a theurge could provide something. Or even your Galliard, you have a Galliard, could use her talents to drive you more.
So a head bobble.
Looks back at Fiona, right? She's like, with the right application and the right call. I mean, I'm not worried. I'll have a get offender, so I'm going. Smirking to herself.
Never get finished.
Look over at Sean with that eyebrow raise.
Got his arms folded.
Don't be jealous, Sean.
I'm jealous of anything.
You're jealous.
And not.
You're jealous.
Why should I be jealous of the get? I am proud of Viana Rune.
Mm-hmm. Smirking to himself, herself.
There's like the glance back and forth, and then the look at poor Albert, and another one of
even
those
have an
little, like,
axe,
shoulder
too.
rubs, like, oh, buddy.
Oh no, I'm Sean, and I'm not totally trying to compensate.
I'm not trying to compensate for anything. They're the ones that are trying to compensate with all the fucking braids and mead drinking.
I like the braids.
Oh, I bet you do. They were probably the same braids that people wore at your fancy private school.
How
She
tall
stands.
would you say
She gets up, and Albert just puts on
Hold
her shirt.
was?
Down. Who?
Hold. The keep. How many stories high would you say it was?
Probably about 2. Maybe a bit more, about 3.
Yeah, she's trying from memory to, like, roughly, like, kind of scribble silhouette, just like.
No, I put it about 3 or 4 stories out of character.
Don't imagine the roof is even still there, is it?
He gives that kind of shaky, like, with fire. Albert just,
Unless it was like slate roofing.
yeah, he gives that kind of like no. You know what I mean? But he pushes Fiona back down the chair and just stay.
Man, what a shiny new change of subject.
No, but he doesn't do it aggressively. He just stay. Points to Sean. Sit.
Sean slowly sits back down the way sullen teenagers do. We're like, this is my decision to sit.
Leans over the map. What are you suggesting now? Maybe he rubs his temple like a tired mom. Like, what is it now, honey? You know what I mean?
I won't know how things go. until I've talked to the water and tried to talk to the clouds.
Well, the clouds should be easy because it rains like it pours here. If I were you, look over. Maybe you could even get a storm going. Nudge. Hey, hey,
I mean, like
hey.
it's going
So-
all the time.
There's the faint smile of, oh, funny thing. It's almost like it's exactly what I was thinking.
It's raining like right now.
Right? What would you say is the tallest place on Sept?
Why do you keep asking me things? That I've only been here 3 weeks. He finally just gives her the most exasperated look, like, stop asking the new guy everything.
Because I've only been here one.
You know what? Go outside. Ask somebody else.
He's a little like, oh, what's up, pie? Like, what?
It's probably, I don't know, it is probably one of the gates. Maybe. Thinks to himself. It's probably, honestly, it's probably the tower.
Your tower.
Yep, she flits through her memory and what she's seen and what she hasn't. Kind of nods. It's like, I'll go find out.
I would put money on the weird tower. That thing is fucking massive.
The weird tower.
Tower.
Kara just busts through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
Now, is there anything else, Maeve? You could see the hope in his voice, like, are we done? Are we fucking done? Is this it?
She like glances at him like, Jesus. Looks at the other two and is like, yeah, I think I'm good.
Wonderful. I am going to get a drink. He just starts walking out like, I am done. Closes the book and the map over. Takes
Hey,
it with
Fiona,
him.
I'm hungry. You hungry?
Stares at him. I'm going for a walk.
Why gotta be like that?
Because my fancy fucking private school says I go to walks. It's like storming out.
Oh, come on! As he goes out after her.
No, Fiona!
No, Sean. Leave it turning. Go get food with your packmate. I am going for a walk. Does the hair, walks off. Silver fang flick.
Just glares.
Albert just walks past, but just taps him on the shoulder. Just goes to get, he's like, it's your problem now, big man. Just walking down the laneway.
Just don't. Just standing there being angry and full of testosterone, not knowing how to like deal with this. Looks at Maeve.
Ugh.
Raya. Ugh.
You're a woman. How do I fix this?
Probably
Is it even a woman thing? Am I being sexist? You have to tell me if I'm being sexist.
leave her alone until she's not angry anymore.
Rubs his chin.
The food bribing thing only really works with boys.
I was being sexist. Damn it.
You're being equal opportunity. Everyone see it a lot. But when she's really angry and wants to go on a walk, it's probably better to let her go on a walk so she can stomp out her angry. You definitely stomp while we're angry walking. Sage nod.
Sean.exe is thinking.
Did you want to come with me?
What are we doing?
I'm going to the tower.
Which tower?
The weird tower.
The weird tower.
God damn it. Well, I can't call the clouds down to me yet, so I have to go up to them.
It's better you don't call the clouds down to you. Cause a panic.
They don't really like it. So I go up
Not
to
does literally anyone else. They'll be running around screaming that the sky is falling. I'd do it. I'd run around. I'd probably whip my clothes off because I thought it was the rapture.
It's like a moment where she like shorts out. And then it's like, Sean, when it's cloudy on the ground, it's fog.
Oh my god, the sky has fallen before.
She just gently takes him by the hand while he's musing over this. Like, it's that kid's sister, like, I'm just gonna take this hand and we're gonna go this way, and starts walking while he's fucking just dealing with this revelation.
Wait, fog is ground clouds. Like, if Fiona could hear how stupid he is being.
She, you know what, if she has any chance to, like, tug him past and Fiona happens to be in a place where she'd be in line of hearing, like, just in earshot to hear these revelations, she'll deviate enough that Fiona can hear him just being like, fog is ground clouds, because even if Sean is so caught up that he doesn't notice her, it'll help diffuse some of the angry to hear him being a big dumb Arun.
I thought fog was just fog, not like ground clouds.
You hear a call out. You'd know that if you went to school, Sean. Do you know what I mean? It's Fiona's like about a mile down the laneway.
Please tell me she at least pitches back a smirk.
After all that private school, I know that the clouds are in the sky. Pointing upwards, smirking. Sky.
Keeps tugging the hand.
Why are you like this? Was the private school remark?
Don't worry. How about you go handle those ground clouds, Sean? I'll go handle my private school where we know ground clouds aren't real. She keeps like walking backwards, smirking to herself.
He's not a gallery. He doesn't have comebacks. I think we've established this.
She
It's
even
like
finally
you're a
pats the hand.
poopy face. Storms,
What?
You make me so angry! Ugh!
storms off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, there's going to be a time in a moment where you're going to see that I know things too.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
How's the?
Yeah.
You know, you gonna tell the
'Cause
ground
you know
clouds to come after me?
Because I might not have gone to school as much as literally anyone here, but I learned things in life with my hands.
But it's okay. I'm sure the ground clouds will believe you.
John, don't. You that's called bait. That's
Maybe you better do something because he's taking the
I
bait.
mean, she's been tugging him the whole time. As soon as he started engaging, she's like, no, no, no. She's literally like kid sister pulling him along. Yoink, 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 yoink.
I mean, there's only so long this can go on, and I guarantee you, no matter what happens, Fiona will get the last word on this.
It's like, don't worry. I'll make sure to tell the story of the ground cloud rebellion.
I swear to God.
She's just trying to make you angry, Sean.
It's working!
Oh, stop letting her make you angry.
There once was a tale of the ground. Met the clouds in an epic. She's walking down the lane, like they're getting out of earshot. You can just hear her. She's humming away.
Besides, it made her laugh. Now she'll be less angry. Pats his hand, keeps
And
tugging.
he said to me, I am Sean, master of the ground. Do you know what I mean?
Oh. I did fix it, and all without being sexist.
I do not
I take
know
that
what
seriously,
cloud-
Maeve.
I do not know what a ground cloud is, but I will beat it up because I'm a big dumber. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God. Meanwhile, in Maeve's other ear, all I can hear, I take that very seriously. Everything has to be equal. That's why I use the word comrades, because it's gender neutral.
She just looks up at him like, what?
I read
Okay.
that it was gender neutral.
It
In a
is?
book. I read books too.
What kind of books? Tug, tug, tug.
I read books.
I have lots of books. I mean, I only have one with me. It was in my swag.
I don't know, like whatever I came across, like I read I Know What You Did Last Summer one time
She just looks at him like, why would you do that?
because it was a hand-me-down. And that author wrote a whole bunch of other books. So I read all those. And you know those books that are like history books, but they're thin and they have pictures.
Blank.
So how are you getting up the weird tower there, Maeve?
Oh, that's right. Sean's talking about picture books.
Yeah, she's like, I brought a spell for chameleon. If you want to read that, it's the very first Xanth novel. It's very good. And she's
Spell
like
for
finally
what?
looking up the tower. A spell for chameleon. It's a Xanth novel. It's full of puns. Very funny. And yeah, she's kind of looking up the tower, walking around it, looking for,
There's
wherever
an
the
entrance.
entrance is.
But that by the entrance you will meet. Just looks to the both of you. Hello.
Hello.
Sean was like dead in the middle. So these history books that'd be like complicated history shit, but then they have pictures to explain it. Like some company makes them all, and they're all like this thin, so you don't get bored. And I had a bunch of those, so I got to learn like about ancient Rome one time, and there was one about Vikings, and then there was like, and then the hello happens, and he's just like, oh, hello.
Just kind of stares. Another guy appears in the doorway. Hang on, no. It's not Bay or Senpai.
Oh.
It's Tarv. He's just like fucking headbutt Sean walking by. No, these two just stare at you. One's leaning against the door, the other guy's just staring. He looks like he's putting something in a little sling. The guy with the horrific looking scar on his face. Can we help you?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. What you want?
I was wondering if I could go up the tower.
Oh, she was wondering, could she go up the tower? The other guy looks, oh, she was wondering, could she go up the tower? Do you know what I mean?
Blank. Like, just looking between them, like, I feel like there's a joke about to be at my expense.
Do you hear that, James? Do you hear that, Colin? I do, James. I do, Colin.
Would that be alright?
I don't know. Would it, Colin, be alright if she go up the tower? The man with the scars. I don't know, James. Would it be alright? Sean just gets continuously like, no. Do you know what I mean?
Sean, like, it's just the most vacant cat watching table tennis.
Even Maeve's got a little bit of the tennis face because they keep going back and forth, and she's like, "Oh God, I have no idea how to react to this."
Oh,
Like a lot of revelations have hit Sean today.
the Ragabash will lean forward, in the kind of loose clothes. Well, you could go up the tower, but you have to answer a riddle first. Knowledge is an important thing, and if you want to get into this tower, you have to display a certain amount of knowledge.
A faint smile. All right.
Oh, look at this column. Which one do you want to tell the riddle, me or Colin? I'm James, by the way, but this is Colin. Colin waves.
She kind of glances between them for a moment and kind of like gives a little thoughtful look. Whose turn is it?
It's mine, James will say.
Well, then I suppose you should.
All right then. All right then. What has eyes but can never see?
She just.
Sean weeps. No.
Oh no!
Just watch Sean's breakdown.
Actually, no. That's not a fair one. That's mean. I'm being mean.
Wait a
Where-
minute.
Oh,
I'm smart today. I have a coffee for no reason. Where'd all this facial hair come from? Slaps his own face. I have coffee. And he drinks the coffee.
What the fuck?
actually, I know what it is.
What has eyes but can never see?
I know
No,
what
no,
that
I think
no,
I have it.
no,
I have it.
no,
No,
Sean,
I got this. I've got this.
Sean, don't. He
Got
even
it.
said it's not the one he's going to use.
Damn it, I had it.
It's
Where-
okay, buddy.
Where can you always find gold, but there's no gold at all?
Jenna glances over. And you know what? Can I roll to see if her answer is logically potentially right?
Wits enigmas.
Ooh.
Sean, like I had the first one.
Yeah, but that was mean. All right, let's see if I can confirm my answer before I give it. That'd be cool. It's just
One.
one.
What can I say that'll be related for one success? Something knowledgeable.
Something knowledgeable. That's not
Mm-hmm.
at all like the answer I had in my head. Find gold. There's no gold at all. You know what? I have a new thought. Because I'm wondering if it's necessarily gold or just meant to be like treasure, where there's no gold at all or something like that.
It's up to you. I cannot help you.
May I make one more roll?
What type of roll you making, butthead?
Just to try to suss out whether her answer makes sense again. Because the first
With
thought she'd had was an
enigmas.
egg.
Wits enigmas.
And in the packling, she's like, yes, yes, it was Sean.
I had it then.
Yes, it was.
Nothing.
Sean, just, nope. I have no idea.
All right, so it's whatever I come up with.
Yes.
So where can you find gold when there's no gold at all?
Mm-hmm.
So vague. It hurts.
Look at me, Sean's just like, I don't.
He's so proud of himself for knowing the first one was a potato. She was like, okay, even I know this is a bad idea.
Like every scene, I seem to make Sean just that little bit dumber, but a little bit more high strung.
They just stand there, arms folded, watching you.
Something to do with knowledge.
Yep.
And she finally kind of muses over it for a minute and tips her head a little bit because it's clearly one that she's struggling with. So she's finally just, is it a library where they put gold on the edges of the books?
It's not a bad answer, but no, unfortunately not, little lady.
Could I have a hint?
Oh, who says I was giving you more than one guess? You didn't specify that now, did you?
No, you didn't specify I didn't either.
Oh, well, look at that column. I know it's James. Playing at your own game. Oh, she is, Colin. I know, James. I'm not giving you a hint. That's not fair. Since, you know, you want to be cheeky. Smirking, winking.
At least she's smiling, as frustrating as it is.
If you had to be so cheeky, I would have given you a hint. But no. You hurt me feelings now. Didn't you, James? I mean, Colin. I'm James. I know you are. I know you are, James.
At least she's smiling.
Because let's face it, the least are a comedy duo.
Kind of whips. She slowly turns around. The hands like go behind the back. She turns, looks at the other. Could you give me a hint?
I might do. But that would annoy James. It would, Colin.
Still the mischievous little smile.
But what will you give me in return? For giving you the knowledge of a hint.
I could give you a hint as to why I want to go up there. And
Ah,
for a
but
hint,
is that worth the knowledge that you're wanting to get off me to go up there?
he rolls the lip in thoughtfully. It would be to me.
Ah, but would it be to me though? That's the thing. And would it be to your friend over there? You see, this is the thing. You've added not as much equations there, my little lady.
Hmm.
He's even more trickster than me. James will say, smirking. I'm the Rackerbart.
Yes. Larry Trixie. Hmm. All right, gold knowledge.
You lead forward. I'll say this, little lady. You're on the right track with the library. Just think smaller. For isn't gold often the thing we most seek in a library? You just have to look. That's not very fair, Colin. I know it's not, James.
I suppose you could say a book, but it sounds more like you mean knowledge.
But don't we gain knowledges from books? That's not
Yeah.
fair, Colin. That's two. No, you're right, James. That wasn't fair. But I did it anyway.
And Sean in the pack of links like, I'm pretty sure it's either a book or a book.
I think the answer is book.
Like, look, Fiona can make fun of me all day for the fact that I don't have much of an education, and I've had a lot of concussions. And let's be fair, in high school, I did an eye-watering amount of drugs. But I am pretty sure it's a book.
Thank you, Sean.
Mostly Noah Rooning.
So she's turning, back and forth between them. Back to the one who asked. Is it a book then?
Close, but it's not a book.
It's not a book.
It is a book, but it's not the answer. Book is not acceptable. Too vague.
Too vague.
What, like an encyclopedia?
No, but you're on the right ballpark.
What's more encyclopedic than an encyclopedia?
Is it a story?
Nope.
She tips her head like,
You're
oh,
running now. Yeah, I've given you fuck. Yeah, you're on two. You're on one.
Encyclopedia is not it. In the pack link. Wait, so it's like encyclopedia is not it, as I mumbled to myself earlier. Am I drunk? Maybe.
No. You're just distracted because Fiona's mad at you.
I don't like that she's mad. Not thinking about that right now.
They're taking a while here, James. I know, Colin.
All right. So what, like a thesaurus? Because you'd be looking for like gold
Look
in a
at
thesaurus.
that! Look at that! He finally got it after us helping him all the way.
He just said it out loud. It didn't even go in the backlink. That's the best part. He's so distracted that it fell out of the pack. Like what? Like a thesaurus?
Well, look at that! Heavens to Betsy, he got it. It took him a while there now, Colin. Oh, I know. You had to help him along.
Gives Sean the proud pat on the shoulder, like, you did so good.
Now, cheating aside, points at Maeve. What do you want?
I want to talk to the clowns.
Oh, do you? That's nice. Talking to the clowns. Just don't break anything. Otherwise, it won't be me content. Don't give me that. Of course not. Everyone breaks something. Go on. Steps up. We'll be watching.
Everyone breaks something.
Like,
Aww.
Sean looks a little cautious now. Because if everyone breaks something, he walks into the weird tower expecting rows of precariously placed porcelain.
There is books There is statues. This is like a knowledge hoard.
Oh,
You're right, Sean.
shit.
It's like, oh god.
Oh, all of these little like busts and statues could topple with like a single wet fart. We have to be slow.
There's like a glance back. Did you ever see Aladdin?
Dex Athletics.
Um,
the ladder.
Oh shit!
Don't touch anything. Oh
That's-
god. Oh no, we have to
This
do
is-
that list.
Because the ladder.
Oh no!
You're climbing up it.
Oh no. Can we spend willpower?
Nope.
No.
You already broke something, didn't you?
No, not yet. I haven't rolled. I'm scared.
It's okay, it'll be
die
me.
inside
Oh my
if
god.
she breaks something.
You made it.
Oh my god.
We made it.
That was the most rickety ladder climb of your life.
Why would they put a ladder like this in here? This ladder has probably claimed more things than any one person, even when the Vikings came here and were all about breaking things until we kicked them out roughly 970 years ago.
I'm glad you studied your history, Sean, but moving slow is probably really good advice.
It's just as Sean wobbles off the ladder like Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. We need to, you know what we should do when this is done and we have the time?
What?
We should donate them a new ladder.
That would be very thoughtful. And I'm
Now
sure they'll
you're on the Tellurian, so I'm assuming you're shooting over.
Yeah, she's getting up towards the top and finally glancing over. Sean,
Yeah,
when are we making the assault?
it's a good question. From between the times where me and Fiona were yelling at each other, I am fairly certain that the assault will happen like a little under a week from now.
Unless you want it to be drenched, pouring down rain until it's been a week. Lol. Fair point.
Exactly. I was about to say.
I mean, here's the thing, Maeve. Would anyone notice?
It's going to be a lot of rain.
Would
I say
anyone-
again,
Yeah,
I see.
I'm looking at you like.
I mean, I don't know out of character when it's
Rain.
if it's raining sideways for a week. Is anyone even going to blink?
No.
Oh my
Like,
god!
as he gestures in this wide sweeping look upon the land, the light touches Simba, arm motion over the steppe.
Sean is already drenched as he's like standing there in the rain. Right now.
Would literally anyone notice?
Good point. It does seem to rain a lot.
It is still a shock to me and a testament to the strength of our tribe, which drove out the Geta of Fenris 970 years ago, that everyone who lived in this land didn't die of a series of fungal infections from the constant dampness before the advent of medicine and technology.
So you eventually cross over to the Umbra,
Mhm.
and you just see the cloud spirits up there floating, doing her little dudes, dropping the water spirits down, and then the water spirits like they're falling down.
They're all screaming, "Bonsai!"
She's just like, he's like, do do. And then there's another cloud spirit that is particularly aggressive about his shit.
Oh, is he?
What you're about to see, Katie.
Whereas Sean's just looking at that cloud's pretty. Why would I fight that? Oh, that's why people fight clouds.
He just leans down like, oh, we're gonna have some fucking rain. Claps his hands together and just
It's actually the thunders, the clapping hands.
yeah, boom. And you just see him
Oh
lean
my
down.
god.
We are gonna rain. Now I'm gonna do this again. Oh my god. Now I'm gonna rain over this tower.
And now it's in our faces. But you
Floating
know
over.
what? The best part about this is that I can tell the Get that it's not Thor banging on his anvil with his hammer. It's just the clouds.
Sean, I feel like you and me need to talk at some point, but for now, that's enough Vikings.
He'll lean all the way down.
Oh shit.
And she
Maeve, say something clever.
Yeah, she tips her head all the way up, holds herself up, because, I mean, no matter how big she makes herself, she's still an ant to this thing. It just means that she's paying him due attention, turns her face up into the rain.
Hello, tidy human. No, not human. Hello, little moon. Reaches to pick you guys up, but the wisp comes through so that you, Sean, you are drenched as he puts his hand through.
Does he actually manage to scoop them? I mean,
No.
it's a spirit.
I mean, he just does it, but you get the impression he's just wetting you.
Yeah.
In the form of
She
greeting.
even holds the arms up, like, invites it.
Like, by
And
the time you
hello
look
to
back,
you.
Sean, he's just spitting out water over his mouth. Like, thanks, babe.
Maeve is immediately drenched again, which is fine. That's been her state all day. But man, it makes her glisten.
Bleh. Bleh.
Let me even switch the thingy because it makes me happy.
And what does the little moon want from me?
Is Sean just geeking the fuck out?
Yes.
Yeah, she'll give him a translation so that he can understand, kind of just subliminally through the link.
Oh my gosh, that's what you do all day. This is cool. Don't tell anybody I'm actually like this.
Don't tell anybody I'm a nerd, especially Fiona.
But she'll never let me hear the end of it.
And yeah, she still holding the hands up is like, I wanted to see the might of the thunderstorm.
And why was that, little loon? Do you want to see my might? He flexes.
She swoons. No.
For an old he doesn't have, he has that big beard and gains.
And gains.
He even winks over at the other spirit who just does the little wave.
Hey, little finger wave.
Yep.
There is a place in these lands. It's been corrupted by the worm. And I
But the
thought, what?
worm, as you hear the cackling of thunder, it's like Shaw looks up like, oh god. Oh.
And I thought, who better to drive it out with those dense rains than a mighty thundercloud?
Then what would you give me in return, little loon? For I am busy. It is a busy country of rain, and there is many different thunder spirits which I like to fuck while I'm doing it.
Oh god. There's a moment where Maeve is just like, why is everyone here like this? Jesus Christ, I can't escape the fucking.
And Sean doesn't know what he's saying.
No, she's running a translation. She's not even thinking about it. She's so used to
So,
doing it. It's just in the
All
link.
you get immediately is
For a union of both lightning and thunder is how this world realigns itself, little loon.
he fucks lightning.
God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm fucking dying over here.
Shaw's little geek. He fucks lightning.
Fucks lightning.
The fact that the thundercloud is like, excuse me, I'm very busy fucking to make more thunder and lightning is a very engaging process.
You know what I mean?
And it's funny because it's a completely different approach than she had before. The Blizzard wanted her to see the glory of the storm. He just wants to get his shit done.
However, to truly capitalize the glory of a storm, one must stand in one, must become one must bask in it. So what, little loon, that hides down below? That rumble in his voice probably makes a little weird, terrible.
That's the thing. It's like that bass. She can feel it in her bones.
How am I to hear the call if you are down below? What will you give me if I create such a storm? The worm will shudder and creak. What will I gain from you? For all the land needs a storm. even the mighty sea to the west. I must have a cycle. What will you do for me? Often the moon forgets about me in the clouds and the rain.
You are too right. If you were to offer this storm to keep it here for a turn of 3 and 3 days, I would spend all of those days out watching, seeing, remarking to my brothers and sisters when I see them about how glorious your storm is. And when the time came that I was in the place where the worm is strong, I would climb myself as high as I could so that you could see and hear me, and so that I could see and hear your work, and be in it, be part of it.
Okay. As he rises up into the air, Katie,
Oh,
like Sean watches it, imagine that playing in the background. He does much like the picture in that video and just spreads his arms out. And honest to God, thousands of rain spirits just come down. Like they shower the Umbral landscape in this bright, glistening glow.
and actually, much like the picture, she does the same. She puts her face up to the storm, puts her arms out, kind of embraces the rain he's sending down.
And you see, like, one of the lightning spirit that makes this weird, like, electric, like, clicking motion, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh. And I'll even show you what it looks like, because it looks fucking nuts.
I'll give you this for Sean's sake. Maeve has been very twitchy and very timid, especially after both of the encounters they've had. But the lightning's gonna crack and nothing. This is part of the price. She might get struck. She doesn't know, but she promised to be out for it. Ooh.
And the two of them, like, almost, like, advance towards each other, and it's not anything, like, lustful. It's almost like they just intertwine with each other, and they just make this crescendo of rain and thunderous rumbles and lightning cracks as they almost spin and turn with each other in a constant toing and froing, as if the union will always last but then always disappear right at the end for the next cycle to begin again.
And it's funny because as shy as Maeve is of adult themes, this is a natural twining of two natural forces. And so, I mean, she's looking up as best she can between the rain, eyes blinking now and again. But her remark on the whole thing, as Sean gets to witness this too, is just, it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is really cool, man.
This is what I do every day. I love it. At them.
I can see.
Yeah, she's just completely taken with it. I suppose you should let the others know we won't be able to come inside to eat. Not this week.
How are you going to weather this the whole time? Genuinely looks at Maeve.
She finally kind of glances down, looks over at him. By staying out in the rain.
Okay. I'm just saying that, like, you're going to be, like, out in this. 24/7.
Yes. But only
For
for
the
a week.
entire duration. Can your body, like, handle that?
It'll have to. Notice the smile. Like, of course it will. It's just so calmly confident.
You, oh,
Raguru,
we are.
even if I were to get a cold, isn't it a price worth paying?
It is.
And this way no one else has to pay for my deals.
I mean, we'd all gladly take a turn, Maeve.
And perhaps next time you can take a turn.
Perhaps next time I will. Just don't get sick.
I'll be fine.
Or get hypothermia.
I'll be fine.
You're sure?
I have to be.
Yes, you do.
Just the smile.
Yes, you do. Sean will go back down. Can't break
Dex
anything in
Athletics.
the Umbra.
Roll Dex Athletics.
He lied to himself. You
There's
can break
even more
everything
shit
in the Umbra.
Umbra.
Oh, that's where you're wrong, boy.
They appear. Oh, you broke something.
I suppose this is the real question. The tower itself,
Oh.
is there... Oh no.
It's covered in like. It's covered at the tower.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
In the Umbra, it's covered in vines.
Mm-hmm.
How readily could she climb down? Because at this point, she can't go inside.
Doesn't
You could
matter,
do-
Sean fell.
You could totally do it. It'll just be a higher diff to hold on because it's raining.
It's okay. She'll survive. She will just not be happy.
Sean, you don't fall down the ladder. If you botch, you fall down the ladder, but you get down, and you see this little like spirit sitting there, like sleepy, and then you bump into it, and it just goes. "Ah!"
Oh no. Oh no.
What's wrong?
All right, Sean, just get back down the rest of the ladder. We'll see how the spirit's doing. Maybe everything's fine.
Sean?
Yes, Maeve?
Is everything okay?
We're gonna find out when I get to the bottom of this ladder.
Dave, Dex out like stiff 7.
Oh, Lord.
They falls all the way off the weird tower. I would make you roll a metric on the bashing because fuck
I'm-
me.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm literally waiting for him to get to the bottom, so there's a chance someone could catch me.
No, madam.
What? I can't wait?
Did you actually wait? Are you waiting now?
Yeah, she's literally waiting. That's why she's calling from the top, like, Sean?
I need to assess if I did a bad.
I'm pretty sure if you did it bad, you'll know it.
That's what I'm going to go find out at the bottom of this tower. He looks around like, please don't be dead.
Please don't be dead. Please.
Please, spirit, please.
I don't know. I'll get this tiny.
Oh,
Where are we now? I gotta find it. There it is. It's this little bulby light thing.
Oh boy. Hey, little guy.
do you need my little light spirits?
Nope.
Oh, look at it! Ugh.
Oh, hey, little guy.
It's like rubbing its hair, like
You alright down there?
collapses, it gets back up again.
Oh, you're all concussed and shit.
Oh, you broke my seal.
I what?
Broke the seal. I was. Oh no. Like picking up the various like little tiny like fragment wraps that were around it.
Oh, I broke your. Oh, I did break something, but you look like you're alive. Also, I can
Oh.
understand you.
Of course you can. You broke it. Whoa, just fall. Dug.
Oh, all right. Come on, just get up in my hand.
This is the when you're concussed, it takes 5 steps backward, 1 step forward. And
All
eventually
right, we're scooping you up.
pops it down in his hand. Your hand feels like really warm. Really warm.
There you go. We're gonna carry you. Oh shit, we don't want to carry you outside. We're gonna put you back down.
You're gonna carry outside looks and just the fucking like the Oh Fortuna music plays. You know what I mean? Oh,
Sean?
We're not doing that. In fact, you're gonna sit back down here where you can't set stone on fire. I don't think.
no, stone over burns probably. Grumpy face.
Oh, it's okay. You'll be all right as long as you don't go outside. Promise me you won't go outside.
No, no. You don't know what's outside, Sean.
I have a very good idea of what's outside, little spirit.
No, what's outside there?
So we're
Sean?
gonna stay in here and not burn the place down.
I won't. They'll get angry at me.
Okay. Just as long as you're gonna be okay, I'd feel real bad if something bad happened to you.
No, I'm fine. She's just crawling under, like, underneath one of the vines. Just plops herself there, like,
He just stares at the vine like, "Oh, please don't set on fire."
No, the vine looks up at you. You're lucky we're related.
Wait, we're
Flops over.
related?
No, me. The vine just looks over. Her and me. Jeez.
Oh,
You get out of here.
that would have been a surprise as he walks outside.
All the raid spirits just falling on top of you, like, ah! You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like, that
fuck, ow, 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 fuck, ow, shit, ow.
Screaming. Ah!
I can't hear anything in this maze.
That's basically what Sean hears is the thousands screaming. Meanwhile, Maeve is just hearing, ah! Well, roll your dex over the next, Maeve.
Yeah, it was like, so, Sean, any chance you could,
What?
any chance
What?
you could,
I'll put it like this. If you're not going to change the back link, you're not going to hear Maeve.
I was using the pack, like,
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Sean?
wait. Yeah?
could you, stand at the bottom in case I slip?
Well, I'm out here at the bottom.
He, like, leans over to look.
There's the Sean dot.
Oh, God. Okay.
First roll, dex of X, div 7.
Oh, God. All right.
Which roll?
Dice.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, it's not a botch. It could have been worse.
All right, Maeve. I'll make that sec. You start slipping tiny bit, not falling, but you're slipping.
The squeak. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. No. It's like just grabbing
Second
a hold
roll.
of anything.
Second roll will be a diff higher because you're slipping.
Oh dear. This is gonna end in tragedy.
Sean's just staring up like this is gonna fucking hurt.
This
Yep.
you get to see the Maeve dot slowly shimmering.
At least she's easy to
Oh,
spot.
you got a grip.
Thank
You
God.
got a grip, but that grip is tentative. I will roll. As the vice bird's like, don't.
Sorry.
Oh. Oh.
I'm
They're making
sorry.
those,
I'm moving as quick as I can. She's just apologizing to the vine the whole way down. Like, I'm
why
sorry.
why are you killing me?
You're a very strong vine.
Right, third roll. Difficulty 8 because you slipped.
Oh, I was hoping it would go back down. Oh my God.
Okay. Holding on, the vine spirit is giving out murders because that Slippy pulled some of it out. He's like, oh, you pulled out my trachea.
Out my
Fucking
trachea.
trachea.
Oh, I sound like this. No.
I am very sorry, but you are a very strong vine.
I'm screaming.
I'm
falling down.
sure you'll grow back majestically.
Sean's whole world is just screamed.
Oh no.
One more, two. You got 2 more rolls, kid. You're nearly
Oh
down.
god. At least I'm halfway. Oh, there it goes.
The
At
vine,
least I got halfway down first.
you're like, I'm sorry. The vine finally breaks. You just, my arm, no! And Maeve's just, I'll put it this way. At least it's a fun trip down with the water spirits.
Well, at least
Sean,
the water's
the Maeve dot
excited.
is, the Maeve dot is falling.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Fuck. Oh. All right. I can do this. I'm gonna ruin.
The little glowing dot is getting bigger and bigger.
I'll catch you. You're. I got this.
She's just like, oh god. Oh, this is gonna really hurt. Like, oh.
I got this. I got this.
Strength athletic shot. You're gonna take some of Maeve's additional fall damage. She's coming at you at speed.
I got 1 success.
All right, Maeve. I know your
Yep.
strength is 1, but you're still coming down from halfway up the weird tower. So her strength plus 5, so 6 bashing, Sean.
Oh Jesus.
Weird tower is a big place.
Yep.
It's a big fucking
Seeing
tower.
that.
I take 5 of it.
It's she just.
Oh.
Oh,
Just lying on the ground.
oh,
This literally lands on him. This is not graceful. They're just a pile.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Sean.
Uh-huh.
Lying there, spread eagled.
Just tries to quickly crawl off of him. I'm so sorry.
You.
The view of the war spirits just falling on Sean like, ah!
You, Maeve. You. You were supposed to be small.
I am small. It's a very tall tower.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Just to the vine spirit like, why? Why?
You were supposed to be small, but you hit me like a small fucking truck. Oh,
Here.
you haven't hit freight train of hate yet.
What's your rage right
More
now?
like a Buick of hate. An angry Buick.
Actually, no. Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
She just like she's like, I'm so sorry. Here and spend a point of gnosis and reach out to like gently like it's that kind of like curl the wet hair back from the face like here and it's 4.
Oh, I feel much better now.
There. Sorry.
That's okay. I was distracted. Between us, sometimes I think about Fiona's sister.
What?
Yeah.
You were thinking about Fiona's sister this whole time?
Do you think about shit like that like all the time?
Is that why you don't want her to be mad at you?
No, I don't want Fiona to be mad at me because she's my friend.
Okay, good.
I totally want to.
And also, I was thinking that, it would lessen the blow if we had a history of genial relatings,
The
so that
little
if
frown is
ever-
slowly growing.
so that if ever her sister were to find me charming and, that kind of thing, she'd be a little less angry with me in the aftermath.
Have you ever talked to her sister?
Like twice. Like me and Fiona hang out, so yes, I've met her sister like twice.
Okay. How did she like glances back at the tower? I guess you had better luck than I did.
What, getting down here?
Mm-hmm.
So like I knocked something over.
The eyebrows slowly go up, and she's like, "Oh,
But like the spirit is okay. It said something about me breaking a seal or something, but the spirit's okay.
oh, it was probably bound."
Well, now it's just kind of hanging out in there. It doesn't want to leave the tower.
Is it slowly moving around towards the door, pulling out her mirror? Could you just open the door for a moment and point me in the right direction to make sure everything's okay?
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
Here, she just gives him the mirror. Just make sure nothing's, I don't know, on fire.
Sean crosses over.
Oh, that works. Catches her mirror.
Slowly opens the door.
1 second.
Oh no.
But that is the summary of them like stomping things down on the ground.
Oh, they're stomping something out.
Yep.
Slowly shuts the door. And through the pack link.
Callum,
I'm
you're not
gonna
helping.
creep
Callum.
away.
Callum, you're not helping. Callum. James, relax. It's only a minor fire. It didn't damage anything. I know, Callum, but still. Besides, it blended well with the moss. Look, see, it even got rid of some of it. I like that moss, Callum. I was using that for my alchemy. You use everything for alchemy. That's because it's fucking alchemy, Callum.
Sean's just slowly walking away, and then the pack link. I may have caused a minor fire, but it's under control.
A fire?
Yes. But we're not going to look to the past. We're going to look to the future. And the future is
John!
that there's not an entire structure fire.
I don't know how the fuck it fell. They're not even up there. Neither do I. You know what it is,
This is-
Colin? You've been walking up the rickety ladder again. I have not. I don't go up the rickety ladder. Who the fuck goes
This
up the
is-
rickety ladder? There's a stairs literally down the hallway.
Oh. Okay. God damn it.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
John!
It turns out that there was a stairway that no one told us about.
Ah. Well, I
You did tell him
suppose
about
we
the stairway
didn't
hole.
ask.
You didn't tell him about the stairway? You told him about the stairway, didn't you, James? They never asked. Oh, for the love of fucking twat.
Their
You know what
voices
I mean?
carry so far.
It's
He's
just-
still just trying to make his fair escape.
oh, you do, yeah. You just hear them. You just hear twack. You're supposed to tell him about the stairway.
But
Oh.
the fire's under control. They don't seem upset, and they don't seem to know it was me. And we're gonna leave it that way.
All right.
Yeah, like I was saying, like me and Fiona hang out a lot more than you guys give us credit for. And like, yeah, sometimes her sister comes by, and I've gotten to talk to her sister a couple of times, and I don't say much because I'm awkward around people. You know, I'm awkward around people, and I don't know what I'd say. You know, those girls have been to like fancy private schools. They've probably met like the most learned young gentlemen the realm has to offer, and I'm just some fucking guy. But she's really pretty and nice, and
Have
I
you
just
told her that maybe?
in front of Fiona. Fiona would punch me in the dick.
All right, maybe not in front of Fiona.
No, I haven't approached her separate from like her friends and shit. That's like what creepy guys do. I've only like, met her twice. There would have to be a more extensive foundation of socializing before I, a strange man, could approach her.
I love the idea that the two of them are walking essentially side by side, but on either side of the gauntlet. And like having this pack late conversation, Fiona is just like da-na-na off of the distance.
Like, no, that's something to build on, and then maybe, maybe she'd like talk to me separately or something. But like, that's a ways off, Maeve.
Unless, of
That's-
course, you happen to bump into her about anywhere, really.
I
At
mean,
which point it's only polite to say hello and that it's good to see her.
I mean, yeah, it'd be polite if the circumstances were to so contrive, but I've yet to see that happen. Like, who knows, man? It's like I gotta survive this next like raid before I start thinking about any of that. But like maybe in the future, were I to survive, get some battles under my belt, that'd probably be like a basis to speak from. But I don't know how to talk to people. I was really antisocial, like as a kid.
You could try just talking to her like a normal person in the meantime.
How could I talk to her like a normal person? She's a literal princess.
Because she's still a person.
I mean, yes, a person who is like royalty.
People keep saying I'm a literal princess too. You talk to me.
You're my packmate. Packmates don't count. I mean, they do, but like not for social awkwardness.
Okay, so I mean, I wouldn't
Talking to
say
you is
talk
like-
to her the same way you talk to me, but
Talking to you is like talking to my sister. Not that I have a sister. I have a bunch of brothers. I don't have a sister. I have 8 brothers.
that is a lot of brothers.
My parents didn't believe in condoms.
That is a lot of information.
They apparently loved each other a whole lot.
Apparently.
Yeah, my parents straight up didn't believe in condoms.
I just love that
And
he's walking
so-
alone in the Tellurian right now.
So there was like 9 of us.
That is a lot.
The Houlihan family was a fruitful family.
Yes, it is.
But no, I don't even know the next thing about her, like what she's into. I sometimes worry that she's like into shit that I wouldn't even know the first thing about. Like I'd be like, "Hey, what are you into?" And she'd be
She
like,
Probably.
"I like ancient Roman architecture." I don't know
Sean,
shit about. Wait, I have one of those books.
Sean, you could ask her, and then
I'm-
learn about it and show that you're
I
interested
mean-
in being able to hold a conversation. I imagine she
Yeah, but-
writes.
We don't. Okay, look. Here's the deal.
I saw her
I
at the
still gotta-
stable.
I still got to build that foundation before I'm a strange man. Strange man, Maeve. Walking up to her like, "Hello, lady. Here's a conversation."
Have you, Sean? It's normal to want to talk to the people that live around you. They're your neighbors.
I mean, like,
It's a community. We're accept.
it is, but have you seen how many people who aren't Fiona and Albert that I talk to?
Baby steps.
Like that's my social circle is you guys, Fiona, and Albert.
Oh, you've already grown
it.
it by 2. You could keep growing it.
Yeah, they're guru, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of pick up some of the stuff Fiona's putting down about like spiritual purity.
I'm not so sure.
And cake.
I'll agree on the cake, but
Like, sometimes I listen to her like preach, and she's got some pretty good points.
Sean, if they were going to fall, when else would a Fiona fall than beside their family?
No, I don't agree with that part. But there's some other stuff she says that I'm pretty into.
Okay. Just don't get too caught up in it. Amy and I are very intense.
I mean, yeah, but like she's been raised off nothing but like blood sausage and death metal. I'd be intense too.
They're just very intense.
She's even got that eyeshadow that the Northmen like.
What?
Northmen love eyeshadow.
They do?
Dude, Vikings are obsessed with makeup and hairstyling.
I don't think Olaf's wife had any of that.
I mean, I don't know Olaf's wife, but Vikings are obsessed with makeup and hairstyling.
She was Stargazer kid.
Well, that would. I don't know shit about stargazers. I didn't. Wait, stargazers back in the nation?
They were in the Sept of the Green.
Wow. Because I heard they all fucked off, but apparently they're back.
I think most of them have, but there were some of the kin there. There was I can't remember what position she held. I think she must have left soon after
Okay.
I changed, but there was one there and her kin were
Alright.
still there.
All right. So here's the deal. I said I was gonna get something to eat. I'm gonna get something to eat. And like, if Fiona's still there, she might still be mad at me, so I won't make the approach. But if it's just like her sister there, I'll think about making the approach.
You could just let her poke fun because you're friends and not get super mad and say something that'll make her angry again. If you really want to make her happy, you could
So
let her
if
have
it's
the
like her
last word.
sister there, she did have the last word about the fucking ground clouds.
Fog is cloud cover on the ground. That's what fog is. It's when I'm not going to go into the science of it, but it's essentially just clouds at low altitude.
Like I said, I've got a game plan right now, Maeve. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna see what's what, and if what's what is approachable, I'm gonna make the approach. And I'm gonna think of something clever to say.
I am going to cross when I get there. If you could bring out something warm.
Oh fuck yeah! I'll bring out some food.
I'll probably end up over in the river again, but something warm would be good. It's going to
Fuck
be
yeah! I'll
very
bring out
wet.
some food. Make that priority one, then I'll go and eat myself.
Okay.
Right, warm food coming up. I got this.
And yeah, maybe we'll just continue wandering towards the hall. Here's a question for you. We see a lot of people wandering around on the Tellurian. Is there really much of anyone in the Umbra?
Blueberry.
She sees Bilberry.
Mm-hmm. Completely goat-like and everything. There's a few people in the Umbra, but I am too sleepy.
Okay. Well, Bilberry gets a wave.
He
I'm
runs
I'm sure
for
he
his life.
runs.
for his life, Katie. I get dependent on it.
Yeah, she still tried. It's just like there's the wave and he runs and she's like, oh,
Carrying a chicken.
all right.
All right, Maeve, I've got the soup.
Mhm.
The hottest soup ever.
I wish there was a
Where
picture
is
of
the
her
scalding hot
drenched.
soup? Maeve, come for your soup.
I'm here.
All right, here's your soup.
Thank you.
No problem, Maeve. Now I'm gonna go eat. He just goes back in, all sheepish. Looks around.
Fiona and her sister are there. They're in a big table filled with these people.
Ooh. Okay, Sean, don't panic. There's a lot of people. It would be understandable for you to sit down. Okay, got your food. Why is this Irish mother staring at you like this? What did you do? What did you do?
You can hear Fiona's voice. So then he told me they're small clouds. They're ground clouds. There's a big laugh.
God damn it. That's what I did. God damn it. Of course she's staring at me. All right. All right, Sean. Just pull it together. You're a child of Boar. Means you don't quit. Boar's not about fucking quitters. Got your food. That's a lot of food. It's okay. Got my food. I'm gonna head over. Just gonna slowly head over. Heading over.
Slam head over. It's the opposite table away.
Oh my god.
I die.
Just-
Head over tomorrow.
I'm almost there. All right, we're making the approach. We got to come in for the landing in the nearest seat. Don't be a fucking weirdo.
Just throw.
He lands.
Oh my god, where does he land?
Like it's one of those things where he's not going to come in the middle of anything, so he's just kind of on the end of this gathering.
Do that awkward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he's going to pretend like he doesn't know what they're laughing about.
So they all look over, you know. There's like a smirk, and then Fiona will look over, like, oh, speak of the man himself.
Hey.
Hello?
Just like it's like the hello Rolo smile.
Hello. You know, they all just, you know, people just seem to laugh and giggle a bit, you know. They're, some of them are smirking and eating.
God, it's even awkward the way he takes the bite of the bread roll. Like we're not at quite at Torment levels, but we're getting there.
Just the sister politely just eats, and Fiona like raises an eyebrow at him, like going, "So hey," you know what I mean?
Yeah,
okay
it's
there,
when
Sean?
she turns away to politely eat that he starts to look self-conscious. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. How was your war with the ground cloud?
Things went smoothly.
Any casualties?
My rib cage.
Oh shit, your Thea's missing. Did they take her away?
They did not. She is doing theurge things, which had a lot to do with why my ribs got caved in.
The group stage nods. They understand. Apart from the kid folk was like, what? But no, the guru sage nod.
But she's off dealing with that, and I am eating.
Ah. That's good. Yeah, continues eating.
Just trying to like. Meanwhile, the Sean internal monologue. Okay, pull it together, Sean. That was an awkward fucking start, but you can recover this. There's only like 3 other guru, all of which are Rayas, who are here right now. None of whom you know personally. Fuck.
And like Fiona will look over at Clara. So when are you going to that thing? Oh, tomorrow. Just nods. Just like, oh, cool. Simon is taking me. Points at Simon. But the fabulous hair. That is actually fabulous hair.
Sean
It's like
puts
Simon.
2 and 2 together.
Simon's taking you. She's like, well, Ryan, like, just nods. And Cara, you can see it's that sisterly like stare between the two of each other. Simon just gives a smile. Yes, my wife and I will be taking her.
The emotional roller coaster that Sean has been on.
Just what? What? He said, wife. Oh,
He said,
mean
wife. He said, wife, I can lock onto this.
no, and
There's
then
no-
they look over. That is your brother to speak. Like, they'll turn and stare at you.
some kind of event going
Yes,
on.
the McCarthy family dinner.
Oh, okay.
They have it every month. It's usually a big set thing. Sean, smirking.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Well, I thought you would be taking your theurge to it. They usually have it outside, but since it looks outside, like, they'll probably have it inside.
We will see.
Nods.
I make no promises.
That's a shame.
It is. But I will gladly represent my pack.
You could take your Galliard with you.
I could.
Good with her and her husband. And be that third wheel.
Yeah, I certainly could do that.
Gives a sage nod. Clara will lean over. Well, aren't you going with Gabriel, Fiona? Glare. Yes.
Gabriel. He just straightens up a little bit.
He is one of the kinfolk for Simon. Simon nods. He's a lovely man. Bet he is. Yes, he seems quite nice. Fiona's doing that tense like you just fucked me, Clara. Do you know what I mean?
I don't-
Stare.
I don't think I've met Gabriel.
He is.
What's he like? Sean looks like he's really enjoying this right now.
Greek, Clara will say. He's point over to. Where are we now, Gabriel? Where are you, Gabriel? There you are.
Currently performing under the sea. Yeah, Sean looks over so ready to be smug, and he's like, oh, wow. God damn.
Simon's like, yes, he was very intrigued to meet Fiona. So I said that we'd be in the same place, and while Clara was with me and my wife, I would bring Gabriel, and Clara would bring Fiona. Fiona gives the yippee type nod.
How close is Fiona to Sean?
He's across. Should be across from you. Fiona's slumped against the chair, like,
I mean, like, that sounds good.
Yep. No, it's great. There's a smile. A forced. Hey.
Whereas Sean is like 2 steps away from fucking low bonesing it, because as far as he's concerned, she managed to sink something pretty impressive.
And Clara will be like, well, I'm going to go make sure the other Fiona, not you, pointing at her Fiona, is still coming. She stands up.
And Sean nods, like those things where he had all these plans and it's just pip, out of his head.
She gives a polite nod to everybody and starts trotting over to the big horde of kinfolk that they travel in packs. And Sean's like, fuck, packs.
Yeah, he just nods back like, you had all these fucking plans, but I don't remember you saying a goddamn thing.
Fiona will look over. You should come. It'll be nice.
Yeah, I plan to.
Good. Bring beer.
Where am I gonna get beer without the people here say so?
Buy it. Get your
Oh, what?
braggadosh to buy it for you.
What, like in town?
Yeah.
It's a thought.
I would like to try one of those Irish whiskeys before. I'll buy one.
Bro, I've got whiskey.
But then bring it then. Jeez.
I will bring it.
Good.
Oh, it's
Stand
like
up
the
as
first
well.
thing I did.
Well, good. I would like to drink some.
Well, cool. I'll bring it then, dude.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Bro fist. He puts it out there.
Just it looks at the people and she just shrugs and just does it. And
Fuck
she
yeah.
tactically leaves before Gabriel comes to sit near Simon. Tactically. Oh, so tactically. Gone.
Oh no,
Outside.
Sean's strapped in for this. Let's see
Okay.
what the fuss is about.
Well, Gabriel's just like, oh, hello. And then, he's polite. Really nice.
Well, hello to you too.
Don't believe we've met.
No, Sean Houlihan.
Just gotta make sure I say his name right. Gabriel Flavis.
Well, pleased to meet you, Gabriel.
Well, pleasure's all mine.
Yeah, I'm kind of new here personally.
I imagine it's quite a lot to take in.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely a lot different than the U.S.
Yes. Just like the easy flick of a slick back hair, looking around. It can be. But it's a nice place.
I tried to drive here recently, and I'm pretty sure I gave somebody a heart attack.
Yes,
Wrong side of the road.
I had that struggle here too. So
Really? But if you don't mind me asking, where do you hail from?
Greece.
Greece.
Nods. Greece.
What, like, like? I mean, then he chokes on his beer.
Yeah, he's like, holy shit, Greece? What the fuck?
Like,
You're not Black
Greece.
Fury. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just looks like out
House-
there in Fury
House
country.
Wiseout has often many Greco-Roman ties.
Oh. Oh wow. I've never met a Black Fury, I don't think.
They are interesting people.
I bet.
We have a lot of alliances with them. But I came here when I was 13, so you could say went from the warmest Mediterranean to the coldest winter, so it was a good adjusting.
Yeah, it rains here like a lot more than I have ever been used to in all of my life.
You get used to it. The green is nice though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You should if you're ever in town, I know you're in Arun.
He just kind of nods like, yeah.
I run a small restaurant and I have a upper floor for guru only. So feel free to stop by. It's a Greek restaurant in town. I specifically have an upper floor for the Aruns.
I'll definitely take you up on that.
Just gives a incline the head. Please do. It's often important for the full moons to feel like they belong.
You know, at this point, Sean was kind of giving Fiona shit, but even he's starting to get like a little charmed by this guy.
Jason, yeah, he just seems like a real genuine guy. Like, he's really nice, really gentle.
Absolutely, I'll definitely take you up on that.
Oh, wonderful. Anyway, I must dash. I've got rain and that. Make sure I gotta get back. It was lovely meeting you.
And you.
Gives a polite smile and he'll say something in Greek to Simon, and Simon nods and seems to just trot off.
He looks at these other assembled guru who he has never personally met in his life.
The girl with obvious shadow breed just watching Simon go, doing that lip bite, like they're watching him go, like,
Just looks at her like, yeah, definitely.
She nods. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Leans in. He owns like 3 businesses in town.
Oh my god.
Never hasn't married yet.
I mean, I guess at this point it's anybody's game, right?
I mean, he's what, 25 and no marriage.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
The Fianna, obviously another Arun, just goes, oh, takes a drink.
It's starting to get worse over time. I don't think I've personally met any of you before.
The Arun shake out. Murtag, war bastard.
I'm not particularly deeded at this point, but
Oh,
Sean
you get
Houlihan.
there, boyo. Clamp.
It's funny you mention it. I'm in a pack under boar.
Ah, you'll be fine then. You'll be killing people in no time.
That's the idea.
Ah, good man. Pat, pat.
Now look at this like fucking suave raven cloak dude. Like, what the fuck?
Who the fuck are you?
You like
He'll lean over. Simon Riviera. Foster and Philodox. Silverfang. House Wiseheart. I'm in the pack Insurrecta Animalia.
I have definitely heard of your pack before. You're one of or at least you're with Halfdan, right?
Yes, he is our resident Ragabash and resident Joker, and I am the one unfortunately tasked with making sure he does not. Well, you know how Ragabashes are.
Yeah, definitely.
I am that. I'm the fun police.
Right. Yeah, I guess you are.
But no, our pack is. They are a good bunch. I'm also.
Just nods.
Vera is also in the pack. She's in our Silverfang, but she's a different house to me.
I did meet her.
She's a very potent woman.
Yeah, definitely in the sword stuff. That's where I remember her from.
Yes, she does train often. As is her roles, I'm sure it's just as yours as both full moons.
Definitely. I'm just kind of laughs in that McCleath laugh. Like I'm not anywhere near her level. Luckily, she's up here, and I'm somewhere around like the table.
Smile. We all have to start somewhere.
Definitely.
You look over at the young Shadow Lord lady, and she'll go, Farah Fitzroy. They call me Callshot. Foster and Galliard, Shadow Lord.
I remember you.
Do you? Well, good. I'm glad I'm remembered.
Yeah. It was after that first time I got my head caved in, but you left before the second one happened. So he just kind of rubs a scar that is half his face.
Oh. Right.
Yeah.
Well then, I suppose Sasha corrected that.
Things played out, and I wasn't gonna back down, but I knew what was gonna happen.
But good. At least you're not a bitch.
Shrugs like, in fact, I am not.
She doesn't comment, but she gets that firm drink. Like, she could, but no. She's in polite company. Whereas that firm, like, at least you're not a bitch like the rest of your pack, then that's written all over her face. But she doesn't say it.
She didn't say it, and that's the important part.
Yeah, but it's just written there. It's just that, you know what I mean? It's that,
Nods and finishes his drink. I think I'm gonna be heading out.
Oh, it was nice meeting you. I hope to see you around.
You too.
War Bastard takes a long swig. Good luck on the killing, boyo. Knock him dead.
I intend to.
Well, good. Give him hell, then take a drink, then go fuck your wife. If you're not married. But if you are married, I'm gonna buy multiple wives. That's drinking heavily.
Sean will just like excuse himself, like, I'm leaving before anything escalates.
Farah just nods. I mean, she's not about word rude. It's just that she's very stern. You know what I mean? You got the impression that Sasha's beta, so she's just stern as fuck.
Yeah, definitely. But either way,
Sean leaves.
he does.
Maeve sits in the rain. Sad. I know she's probably not though, but
I mean, not especially. My, what a nice
Yeah.
rain.
Yes. Does anyone want to do anything? Because I do need to sleep.
No, you can sleep, but I
Yay.
might even try to take a brief nap before work.
Yay.
Yay. So shall we call it there?
Yes.
Well then, thank you, players, for playing. And watchers for watching our silly shit. So until next time, when you will again see us in Blarney Land.